Welcome to All Saints Catholic School, Key Stage 4, Subject Information Presentation. Modern foreign languages, so we'll speak to you about French and Spanish. So specifications. So all the exams will be taken at the end of year 11. There is no coursework, so you will do all your exams in the hall in June of your year 11. The course contains 3 main topics. Theme 1, which is identity and culture, which you have covered a little bit in year 8 and 9. Theme 2, local, national, international and global areas of interests. You would have done, for example, the topic of town, but the rest is completely new. And then theme 3, which is current and future study and employment, which is completely new. So you would cover that over the 2 years. The GCSE for languages has got 2 tiers, so either foundation or higher. You will be given 4 question papers, and you have to do the 4 papers in either foundation or higher, so you cannot mix and match. You will be tested on the 4 skills that you have started working on in year 7, 8 and 9, which are speaking, reading, listening and writing. And each skill has exactly the same weight, 25%. For the assessment, you will be tested on the 4 skills. Speaking, you will have a description of a photo, a role play and a conversation. The speaking will take place with your teacher on a one-to-one basis. Everything is recorded. For the reading, you will need to read some slightly short text or slightly longer text, depending on whether you're doing foundation or higher, and answer some questions about these texts to show that you've understood them. You will also have a translation from French or Spanish into English. Listening, you will need to understand some short recordings and be able to answer some questions about them to show that you've understood these texts. And then finally, writing. You need to communicate effectively in writing for a variety of purposes, which means basically being able to write down some short text about some of the topics that you will have covered in year 10 and 11. For the writing, you will also have a translation, but this time is the other way around, so it's from English into either French or Spanish. Typical lesson. In each of your lessons, you will be working on the 4 skills with an emphasis on practice. Your teacher will use the target language, so either French or Spanish, to help you develop your listening skills when they are giving instructions, for example. You will learn some new content linked to the 3 themes that we saw early on, and you will get an opportunity to put it into practice with some pair work or group work, as well as some games to help you memorize that new content and be able to use it yourself independently. Your lesson will also include some grammar, because grammar is what will help you to build more complex sentences, and that will prepare you for your exam. Here are a few quotes from some previous students who completed their GCSE in either French or Spanish in All Saints. Future pathways. Most universities now ask for students to have a GCSE in a language. So your GCSE in French or Spanish would come really handy for you to be able to put it on your UCAS application and get first picked by the universities. You can obviously carry on with the language at A level. You can use it at university as well, and combine a language with another subject. You could go and try some European studies, and I've written down a few examples. And obviously you can also go on a year abroad and study as a student abroad, or use it as a work experience. So your language would be useful not only in sixth form but also in your future pathways. Extra resources. There are a lot of extra resources that are available for you. For example, to practice your vocabulary and grammar, you can go on Duolingo. It's a free app. You can have it on your mobile. It will send you some reminders every day to do a lesson. It's quite easy, and it builds up in terms of complexity, so that's quite nice. Memorize is quite a nice app as well. You can have access to it free, and it will make you work on vocabulary and help you build your vocabulary. If you want to work on your listening skills specifically, you can watch TV in the target language. And if you have a look at Netflix, there are a lot of series, cartoons, films in the target language. So you can put them in either French or Spanish and have the subtitles underneath to help you understand it. You could have a look at TV5 Monde, which is a French TV available for anyone who lives around the world, and it's the same for TVEI for Spanish. You've got some podcasts as well if you want to have a go and communicate with other people in different languages. And then you've got some resources that are targeted for AQA, GCSE. For example, on BBC Bite Size, they've got loads of videos, and you do a little quiz afterwards to check that you've understood it. You've got Seneca and GCSE pods that we use in school on a regular basis. And then obviously you've got some past papers online that you have access to, and you can have a look at them. You can have a look at the exam reports as well. That gives you some ideas of what to expect in terms of answers and what would be a good answer. So you've got loads of things that you can use to build your knowledge of French and Spanish. And obviously if you've got any questions, you've got my email address at the bottom.